They called me garbage. Now my golden brother works as a garbage man. I read it. This post is going to be long and probably messy, but if you stick with me, I promise you it's one hell of a story. I was the forgotten child, treated like garbage, literally. But today, I'm the one who owns the house they tried to steal from me, while their golden child picks up trash for a living. Here's how it all happened. New Moon Part 1. When my brother was born, I disappeared. I was 10 when my younger brother was born. Up until then, I was just a quiet, average kid. Nothing special, nothing terrible. But when he came along, everything changed. It wasn't gradual. It was like flipping a switch. My brother had these pale blue eyes, light skin, and hair that almost looked white in the sunlight. My mom said he looked like a movie star. My dad called him their miracle child. I became the shadow. No more bedtime stories. No more birthday cakes. If I asked for help with homework, they were too busy. But they had time to dress him up like a prince for every tiny occasion. I started realizing that I wasn't the son anymore. I was just there. Like a helper. An errand boy in my own house. Door Part 2. Kicked out because he wanted my room. I held out hope that maybe, just maybe, they'd come around. But when I turned 18, I came home from college one day to find my things packed in plastic bags. My mom said, "Your brother needs space. You're an adult now. He needs your room." I asked, "Where am I supposed to go?" She said, "Figure it out. You're a man, aren't you?" No goodbye. No hug. Not even a second thought. I was out of the house that night. I slept in a friend's garage for 3 weeks. Then couch surfed. Eventually I found a hostel and soon after work. French fries Part 3, grease by day, trash by night. I wasn't doing great academically and didn't have any degree or money. So I started working at McDonald's during the day. But that wasn't enough to pay rent, so I took on a second job as a nighttime garbage cleaner. I'd wake up at 6 a.m., flip burgers until 3 p.m., and then clean alleys and corporate bins from 5 p.m. to 11 p.m. People laughed at me. Some of my old classmates saw me cleaning and crossed the street. Not one call from my family. There were nights I cried in stairwells and alleyways. Nights I questioned why I was even alive. But I kept going. I didn't know what for yet, but I kept going. Christmas Tree Part 4. Christmas Humiliation. 2 years later, my mom called out of the blue. She said, "Come home for Christmas. It's been too long." I was hesitant, but some part of me still craved their approval. I wore my best clothes and brought a cheap cake. Dinner started off awkward. They asked vague questions like I was a stranger. Then my brother asked, "So what do you even do now?" I said honestly, "I work at McDonald's and do cleaning contracts at night." He smirked. "So you're literally garbage. Guess nothing's changed." My dad laughed. My mom sipped her wine and said nothing. I stood up, left the food untouched, and walked out. That was the last time I set foot in that house. Sponge Part 5, built from trash. After that night, something in me snapped. I wasn't going to be pitted anymore. I started studying business online, watched tutorials, learned accounting, marketing, logistics, all while working 2 jobs. Eventually, I registered a cleaning company under my name. I reinvested every cent I made. Upgraded equipment. Took on bigger contracts. One lucky break came when a shopping mall manager liked my work and gave me a permanent contract. That opened the floodgates. Within 18 months, I had 12 employees, vans with my company's logo, and clients calling me instead of the other way around. By the 3rd year, I bought myself a villa. Not a house. A villa. 4 bedrooms, glass staircase, balcony, and a garden. From trash to treasure. Mobile phone Part 6. Suddenly I'm their son again. I posted a picture of my new home on Facebook, just me sipping coffee on my porch with the caption, "Hustled my way out of the bin." Within 24 hours, my mom called me. She asked, "Can your brother and his family stay with you for a while? They have kids and you have too much space for one person." I said, "Absolutely not. You made it clear who mattered." She screamed, cried, called me selfish. I hung up. Locked with Key Part 7. They broke into my villa. 1 week later, I returned from a business trip and my key didn't work. The lock was changed. I looked through the window. My brother, his wife, their kids, they had moved into my villa. I called the police. They told them it was a family dispute. I showed ownership documents and security footage of them breaking in. Police escorted them out while neighbors watched. I watched them pack their bags with shame written all over their faces. Nauseated Face Part 8. The most disgusting offer. A few days later, my mom begged me to forgive them. Then my brother's wife messaged me. "If you're lonely, I can keep you company. I know what men need." I almost threw up. I blocked her and the entire family. 2 days later I got served. They filed a lawsuit claiming I owed them family housing rights. Balance Scale Part 9. Courtroom Confessions. In court they tried to paint me as mentally unstable. Claimed I stole family money and manipulated them. But then my former friend, who had worked briefly for my company, testified that my brother had been gambling away everything, even my father's savings. He had taken loans in my dad's name and lost it all on online betting. When the judge saw the documents and statements, the case fell apart. Judgment: all assets confirmed to be solely mine. They were banned from my property. Wastebasket Part 10. Golden Child Garbage Life. Today, my brother is divorced. His wife sued for child support and won. With no degree, no job skills, and no savings, he ended up doing what he mocked me for years ago, working in a garbage company. Cleaning trash. I don't wish him harm. I don't celebrate his fall. But I don't feel guilty either. They threw me out like trash. But I recycled myself into something powerful. Now they're the ones living in the dumps, literally. Update: I'm doing well. Therapy help. Business is growing. I live alone, peacefully in the home I built. I still get random calls from extended family, asking me to forgive and forget. I just don't answer anymore. Some things are meant to stay in the trash.